you decided to do the residency, and you kind of went all the way back to when you were 16. So if you'd start over, that'd be great.
Okay. What drew me to the residency was the fact that you're embedded in one classroom for the entire year. I have been working in school since I was 16, and I know that the difference between a classroom in the fall, or a class in the fall will look incredibly different than a class in the spring. And so the residency model enables a student teacher to experience setting up classrooms with rituals and routines, and then also seeing the way that students progress, not only academically, but also socially and emotionally, and helping support them throughout the entire year.
So let's talk about that kind of cadence of the year. Tell me a little bit about, like what are you doing now that you couldn't have done at the beginning of the year? Like, you did the rituals and the routines at the beginning. Now what are you focused on?
In the spring, in my third grade classroom, students are really owning their learning. They're being held to higher academic standards than in the fall, but they're also facilitating their own discussions. It's been really nice. We have a lot of accountable talk signals that encourage students to build off of each other or to agree or respectfully disagree with what another peer is saying. And what I found is that really encourages students to own their education and really buy into what they're learning.
And so as a teacher, what do you need to be able to do at this point in the year that you weren't doing before, or that's different?
I think modeling expectations is even more meaningful now because students are able to see that consistent model and then apply it to their own learning and to facilitating the learning of others, whether it's in a small group or a think, pair, share.
Great. And tell me, how did you learn about the residency? Sorry, I flipped backwards a little bit.
I learned about the residency through a DTR alum. She was from cohort 4, and she encouraged me to go for it and apply, and I was definitely nervous about getting in because it is a highly competitive program, but I got in, and here I am now.
That's great. And so in the residency model, you're working in the classroom, teaching and learning alongside a mentor teacher. Can you tell me a little bit about that? What does it look like when you work with your mentor?
My mentor and I have weekly coaching conversations, which are incredibly helpful, not only preparing myself for everyday teaching, but also because in Denver Public Schools, we have differentiated roles and other ways to get feedback on our teaching practice. And so it's really important to know what is going well and then what are my next steps to fix something that I could improve. I really try to model my teaching practice off of my mentors because I see how successful it is both for her and for our students. And I also maybe put in my own little bit of flair just because we all have different nuances in our teaching practices, but I think that it helps the kids know what our expectations are because they're consistent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what's one thing that you just really love about teaching?
I love the kids. The kids are what get me out of bed every morning and excited for the opportunity for a different day. Every single day is different, and I couldn't sit at a desk. It wouldn't be a successful environment for me. So this rich, nurturing learning environment is the right place for me.
Good. And when you think about your own classroom next year, what really gets you excited about that?
I'm excited about everything for next year. The residency model has helped me feel prepared to lead a group of students, and I'm excited to collaborate with a team and to really embed myself as a lead teacher in a classroom, knowing that I have lots of other supports to get me through that first year of teaching, which I hear can be a little bit challenging at times.
And, what do you think... what do you think has really set you up to be successful so that you will be successful next year? What do you think it is?
I think being in the same classroom the entire year has really helped me be prepared for knowing what to expect next year as far as success. I also think knowing where our students are coming from in the previous grade and then knowing what standards they'll be asked to perform at next year will help vertically align our expectations academically to ensure that all students are successful.
So would you recommend, you're kind of in the thick of things, would you recommend the residency to somebody else?
I would recommend the residency to someone else. I think that if you want to be as prepared as you can be, that this model is what will help you maximize your success.